Have any of you guys ever wormed tobacco? It's awful. Great big green worms like this, and they've got like little things on their bellies that just, you know, they hang onto that tobacco, and you have to pull them off and rip them apart and throw them on.
In other words, they're very durable worms.
They are so durable, these worms.
How come the tobacco makes them so durable and makes us so vulnerable? Why is that?
Well, that's a very interesting question. But see, this is pure tobacco. I think it's all that stuff they put in there, probably. That's not good for you.
So anyway, your brothers and sisters, were you all palsy-walsy? Happy family?
Well, there's 7 of us living, and we're all pretty darn close. You know, I'm very close to them. And growing up, we had our fights. You know, my one brother would tease me so, because when we were lucky enough to have fried chicken, I loved fried chicken, and I'd be sitting down on the end next to my brother Tommy, and he would lean over and he'd go, "Hey, you know, if you eat that drumstick, you'll grow another leg." And I would go, "What?" Well, before long, I gave him my drumstick. That's why I was always so little. I give him my wing, you know, anything. So that's what growing up in a big family's like.
I know.
You know, you sleep 5 in a bed. You know, someone wets the bed, you're stuck.
Yeah, you're there.
You're there for the night.
You certainly fasten on certain events that...
Why do you think I love this product?
You know, you've got this image as being Ma Brady, you know. But I just bet you that when you get home at night, wham, look out.
Yeah, I'm, you know, not like Mother Brady at all. I think I'm very much a human being. I'm a lot of fun. I enjoy life.
Are you a bobcat?
What does that mean?
Never mind.
Do you mean, do I enjoy sex?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Of course I do.
Bonnie Hunt was here one night, and she, after Tom Hanks was all through after the Academy Award, she looks at me and she says, "I hear Hanks is a bobcat in the sack."
Well, I hope he is. He's certainly cute. How about you?
Dynamite.
Now, is that
90 seconds of dynamite. It used to be 2 minutes, but then my heart got a murmur. I had to slow it down.
You had to slow it down. Now, is that your assessment or your partner's? Or do you work alone? No, I'm kidding. Sorry. I am so naughty. I apologize.
I've been asked on many occasions who I plan to satisfy with that small piece of equipment, and I say me. We'll be right back here with Florence Henderson, whose image will be damaged forever after tonight's program.
Tarnished.
The toll-free is up and running. Come on and join the good times.
Every saint has a past.
There you go.
Every sinner has a future. You're in luck.
You know, if you could have gotten this funny stuff, never mind. We'll be right back with dear Florence after these messages. You wouldn't believe it if I told you. And if I told you, I'm out of here. So here's Jason for Florence Henderson in Boston, Massachusetts. Hi, welcome to CBS.
Hi, Tom.
Good evening, Jason.
I'm a college student in Boston, and my friends and I watch you every single night.
Thank you. I hope you find this program pleasant and enjoyable and sometimes informative.
Oh, yes, of course.
Thank you, sir.
Hi, Florence. I have a question for you. I was wondering what you thought of the Brady Bunch movie that was released last year.
Well, I thought it was kind of cute. I thought the way they handled it, finally, was done very well. And I happened to see it on an airplane, which was kind of embarrassing for me. But
oh, my God.
Yeah, can you imagine?
You're sitting there all looking at you.
Yes, and you know, they're wanting to see what my reaction was. But I thought it was pretty good. Did you like it?
Yes, I did like it.
Yeah. Well, I would like to have seen our characters handled differently, though, kind of like they did Maverick. With Mel Gibson and James Garner, made us related somehow to these characters instead of bringing us in as... I finally insisted that I wanted to be the grandmother. That's the only way I got on there, you know, at the tail end of the movie.
Jason, what to you is the enduring appeal of the Brady Bunch, do you think?
I think it's idealism. I think there's so much negativity in programming nowadays, and I think that the idealism of the Brady Bunch is timeless. And I think my children will watch it, and I'll continue to watch it in syndication. I enjoy it very much.
Very good. Jason, I'm glad you called. Thank you, and thank your frat brothers for watching our show.
Thanks, Jason.
All right.
Thanks, Florence.
Good night, young man. When did you first know about movies and that maybe someday you could do them?
Ever since I was old enough to think. And from the first time I saw a movie, I thought I could do that. I thought I could, actually, I thought I could perform, that I could entertain people. And that's really what I love. I love being an entertainer, whatever that means. I go out all the time on the road. I'm one of the few performers from my group that goes out and meets the people and entertains them, and I do a live show, and I can sing for 2 hours, and it's so gratifying to me.
And what about the radio? Did you listen to the radio as a kid?
That's all we had.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't have television.
Your dad listened to the Grand Ole Opry, I read.
Oh, yes. Oh, my dad loved the Grand Ole Opry. And
so by the time you hit it.
Yeah. And boxing matches. You know, I'm a boxing fan. Tremendous boxing fan.
Yeah, but like when your dad heard, didn't your dad see you on Grand Ole Opry and he thought, my God, this is the biggest thing that's ever happened to Florence?
Well, that was like, you know, everybody had died and gone to heaven when I actually hit the stage of the Grand Ole Opry and got to sing. It was a big thrill for me. I was in tears.
Now, you're doing a high school musical, and you want to go to New York. You want to study at the American Academy of Dramatic Arts, but you've got no money, but an angel comes your way.
Yes. My best friend in high school was very wealthy, Ruth Helen O'Brien, and I had the lead in Jerry of Jericho Road. Do you remember that musical?
No.
No. Nor does anyone else in the world. But she invited her family, and she said, you know, Florence wants so much to go to New York. She's picked out this school. You've got to help her. And they came and they heard the show, and they took me to a lady who had starred in Carousel on Broadway. She sang You'll Never Walk Alone.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful voice.
June is busting out all over.
Right, Christine Johnson. And she heard me sing.
When
and
I
she
Marry
said,
Mr. Snow.
Oh, you know all those.
Oh, sure.
Oh, what great
Original
music.
name of Carousel.
Oh, I did not know that.
Lilium.
Oh, or Lilium, yes.
Written by?
Rodgers and Hammerstein.
Derek Molnar.
Oh, I thought you meant no. Oh, he's trying to confuse me.
Yes, I am.
Yes,
and doing a damn good job of it, I might add.
I know you are. I'm so easily confused.
I'm sorry.
I'm so gullible, you know?
No, you're not. You know what you are? You said it. You're a very entertaining person to talk to. You are entertaining me more than I can tell you, and I know this crowd, too. You're just terrific. You really are.
Oh, thanks, Tom.
You're welcome. So anyway, this
yes,
rich
and so
friend
she told this family that she felt I needed a break, and so they sponsored me to New York to study at the American Academy of Dramatic Arts. At the end of the first year, I went to an audition, got my first job in a show called Wish You Were Here, and I've been working ever since.
That's terrific.
In all 5 of our unions. Count them.
Here's Mary in Central Lake, Michigan. Hello.
Hi, Tom. Hi, Florence.
Hi, Mary.
I was just there in Lansing.
Oh, were you?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it still isn't quite spring here, is it?
No, it's cold.
We're working on it. I've been wondering, my children and I watch your show every day still, and you know, I'm not giving away my age, but I'm 10.
Mm-hmm.
And do you and the fellow castmates still receive royalties?
Penny.
You're kidding.
No, not a cent.
Oh, that's a shame.
Why do you think she's playing Lansing all summer?
Yeah, that's a good point.
And no, we don't get residuals anymore. It depended upon the original contract, and so that's over with.
Oh, gee, that's too bad.
It really
my
is.
Kids, you know, my kids really enjoy watching.
Well, thank you.
And will you be in the next movie?
I don't know. I haven't been asked yet. Maybe when they get to the end, like they did the last one, they'll call me and.
Would it be
I'll be in
okay?
it.
Would it be okay with you if the Brady Bunch moved forward, or the family, and didn't include you anymore? Because I mean, you've got so many other talents and so many other things that you do.
Tom, it would not bother me at all. You know, the way I feel about life and work.
I know. What's so great about you is you're not a bitter person. You know, I've never heard you complain or whine about anything like that.
You can't waste time on that. You know, I have too many other things to do.
Yeah.
My future is bright. I love what I do. I love being here. I love this moment. You know, I love this moment being here with you. I don't look ahead.
Or back.
Or back. I rarely look back.
Yeah,
I never listen to my music. I never look at my shows. I'm only interested in this.
You know, it's like people I know who say, if only I had. I hate playing If Ida, you know?
Yeah.
It's a terrible game,
It
If
is.
Ida. How about the next time I will, huh?
The next time I will, or what am I doing right now?
Yeah. Mary, thanks for calling. Have a
Thank you.
Have a great summer if we don't talk to you in the meantime, okay?
I hope so. And
right.
happy belated birthday to Ann B. Davis if she's watching.
Oh, I'll tell her. I'll be talking to her.
Okay, great.
All right, good night, Mayor. Take
Bye-bye.
care. Back here for a few more with Florence Henderson and you on the toll-free as time permits after this break on the Columbia Broadcasting System.
generation. My kids watch the show now, and the episode we watched today had Rita Wilson. You mentioned Tom Hanks earlier.
Yes.
She beat out Marcia for cheerleader on the episode in our market today.
Do you believe
They
that?
know you.
And I wanted to ask you, whatever happened to the dress? There's a dress that shows up in almost every episode that we've watched for the last few weeks now that was red and white check, sleeveless, with lace around the collar.
Oh, I remember that dress. I hope it was burned. You know what? And I don't know where those clothes came from. It was really amazing. Did you wear a dress like that? Well, you're much younger. But in the 70s, I don't know how you dressed, but did everybody dress that way?
Sure, we all did. I mean, if we look at videotapes now, you dress that way, I dress, everybody.
That's true, and I remember those platform shoes that I was always falling off of.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
terrible.
Yeah, and the guys all had the sideburns and the wide ties and
That's
the
true.
funny hair. Yeah.
There you go. Well, I love your work, both of you.
Well,
Thank
thanks,
you.
Janine. You have a great evening, okay?
Thanks. Bye-bye.
You know, speaking of complaining, and I don't know if Julie Andrews was complaining or just trying to pay homage to her cast, but she more or less told the nominating people for the Tony Awards, the
Right.
Antoinette Perry Awards, that since she was the only person nominated from Victor Victoria, that she really didn't want the nomination. And I thought, why not accept the nomination, and then if you win during your acceptance speech, pay homage to your fellow cast members and your
Well,
crew.
that would have been a wonderful way to do it, I personally think.
Yeah.
I think...
And I'm not trying to pick a fight with Julie Andrews. God knows
No.
I love her dearly.
I love Julie. We started out in the business together. Our stage doors were back to back when I was in Fanny and she was in The Boyfriend. And I think it was a combination. I think she was very sincere about it, but I think it was
Sure.
also a great publicity stunt. There have been people standing in line trying to buy those. And Blake Edwards and Tony Adams aren't stupid. And so, you know, being an old showbiz pro, I happen to think that's part of it. But I do think the right way to have done it would have been to accept that award.
Yeah.
She's never won one. You know, go out there and take it, and then take your time and thank everyone you want to thank.
Exactly.
And even if they ring that bell and play the music,
Keep
say,
talking. Keep talking.
I'm sorry.
You know, I was just thinking about Broadway then and now. Now it's spectacular. Phantom of the Opera, Sunset
Yes.
Boulevard. I mean, although Betty Buckley is stupendous and before her Glenn Close was extraordinary, the set is really awesome. In fact, you probably leave Sunset Boulevard humming the set.
I was just going to say that's the unfortunate thing about it, because
But
that's
back-
what you remember.
But back when you and Julie were doing it, and oh, the fellow that was in all the shows back there that did Oklahoma, that Alfred Drake.
Oh, Alfred Drake,
Okay.
Kismet, all those wonderful shows, yes.
I mean, it was so simple. South Pacific was a simple story
Yes.
about race mixing and...
Look at The King and I. It's now the biggest hit on Broadway.
Yeah.
With Lou Diamond Phillips.
Yeah.
Think about it.
But now it's stagecraft. It's technology. It's a whole different thing, isn't it?
Totally different. But, you know, every so often, a show like Showboat, which you can't get a ticket to, a show like The King and I, these shows come back because that's what... I think it's why the Brady Bunch is still going.
Sure.
People need that. They need some simplicity, something that they can latch onto.
Gina in Boone, North Carolina. Man, we're going right around the map
All
tonight, aren't we?
right.
Hi, Gina. You're on the air with Tom and Florence. Hello.
Hey, Tom.
Hi, Gina.
I just say thanks for your show from the Blue Ridge Mountains of North Carolina.
You are more than welcome. You live in a beautiful part of America.
It's great. We're finally getting a little bit of spring here.
Terrific. Say hi to Florence.
Hi, Florence. I have a question for you.
Yes.
What's the one thing that you've wanted to do professionally but you haven't ever had the chance?
Wow.
Good question, huh? Yeah.
Yeah, that's a wonderful question that I haven't had the chance. Well, I could do a talk show with Tom.
You've done that. You were the first woman to ever host The Tonight Show when
Yes.
Jack Parr was doing it.
That's
Oh,
true.
great.
I would love to do a movie that was a big hit, that was very funny and made people laugh, and I could be outrageous like I am in reality. And, you know, I love baggy pants comedy and all that kind of thing. I would love to do something like that.
How about as a chanteuse? How about a sexy, wicked woman?
A sexy, wicked woman. Why, I do that every day. Yeah, I think always playing against type is fun.
Yeah,
You know, I'm an
yeah,
actress.
sure.
Give me a break. Give me a chance.
Challenge.
I'll show you
Give
what
me a
I can
challenge,
do.
right? Yep.
Right. Don't I sound like a beginner?
I'll show you what I can do.
Yes. Coach, send me in.
I've always often wondered how was it hard to break the stereotype of Mrs. Brady?
It is hard. It's very hard. But you know what? Like Tom said earlier, don't look back. Just keep going and moving forward and loving what you're doing all the time. And that's what I do. You know, I don't worry about it.
Great. I'm looking forward to seeing you in more things in the future.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay, good night, Gina.
Good night.
Bye now.
Bye.
I read that you at one time had stage fright. No.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I went through a horrible period of stage fright.
Fear of flying?
And fear of flying, both at the same time.
How'd you get over the flying one?
I went to the Hypnosis Motivation Institute, the clinic in Tarzana, and had hypnotherapy. And
What do they do? Like, do they run the sound of a jet engine and dangle a watch in front of your eyes?
No, because so often, hypnosis is such a simple process. It's really an extension of your own suggestibility, and what the therapist has to do is find out what your suggestibility is. And what I learned was that my fear of flying and stage fright really had very little to do with performing or flying, but there were other things in my life that I could not face up to. And I was helped tremendously by it. And you could be helped too, Tom.
Oh, I'm okay once we get to 37,000 feet. It's just that little climb up there when they're all making that loud noise on the wing that I get a little...
Oh, see, and I love that. Oh, that's the best part. Yeah.
Yeah, I like the landing because it's downhill, if you know what I mean.
And, of course, that's the most dangerous part. But that's okay, Tom.
Now, listen, I had the pleasure of doing some work with your friend Harry Anderson on Dave's World, where you have appeared from time to time.
Yes.
Okay? What a terrific crew they are.
Aren't they wonderful?
They are just the absolute best.
Delane Matthews is a dream, my daughter. I get to play her mother every now and then. The total opposite of Carol Brady.
Yep.
And Harry's a doll, and they are great. You're right.
Anyway, it's great to see you again. Thanks for entertaining us tonight, Florence.
Thank you, Tom.
It's been a ball. Thank you, ma'am. Florence Henderson. You got a new picture coming out, or you're working on a picture?
I'm going to start it in July.
Wrinkles.
It's called Wrinkles, and I want to come back and talk to you about it because it's so different.
When I see when I see women's feet start moving around like that, I know there's something going on.
Oh, it's so different.
Remember Kate Mulgrew? Her feet started always moving around. I thought, something going on here.
No, you'll be fascinated by this. I hope.
I hope so. I'm sure I will, chum. Thanks for coming over, okay?
Thank you, Tom.
Bye-bye. Florence Henderson. Next, David Guterson, and one of the hottest books in the country after these messages.